Shabbat Shalom for this week. My name is Rabbi Cheryl Weiner. I am a staff chaplain and community rabbi with Mishkan Miami, the spiritual connection for the Greater Miami Jewish Federation. Today I'm here to speak to you about Kedoshim, the Parsha that is in the very center of our Torah. And it expresses that which is essential to our personhood, our families, our community, and the society in general. It begins with, "Be holy, for I, your God, am holy." And it's an indictment for each of us to take upon ourselves to process what it means to be holy. Who is holy? The congregation of all of Israel is called to bear witness to this particular edict from God. All of us are expected to express and represent holiness in everything that we do in our lives. Why? Because we are made in the image of God, in the positive image of God that is holy. And so God imposes that attribute upon each and every one of us. What does it mean to be holy? Well, in Kedoshim, there are all kinds of laws, injunctions, descriptions of what it means to be holy. But today we have to take a new look at that to see what it is that makes us a person who is expressing the highest consciousness and awareness that we can have in the world as a model for our community and for the world. Where do we express holiness? Everywhere, in whatever it is that we do. Why do we express holiness? Because we continue in that pattern that has been established from the Torah to the present as a way of expressing how we connect with godliness, with the divine image, with our sense of the goodness of what God represents in our lives and the lives of our people. When do we express holiness? All of the time, as much as we can. And in the verb that is used to be holy, it also grammatically has the image of being holy in the future. You shall be holy. So not only is it a command, but it is a determination of how we should behave in the future. And one of the most important signifiers of that holiness is that we are to love our neighbor as ourselves. That ahava, that notion of love, that contract of love that exists in Torah is between ourselves and the divine covenant. It is expressed every time we say the Shema, the Ahavta, you will love the God, our God, and with all your heart, with all your might, with all your being. Love is a divine relationship. We also are told here to love our neighbor as ourselves, to love each other with that divine contract, with that divine connection. And we are also in this Parsha told to love the stranger. And that perhaps at this point in our individual and collective history is incumbent upon us to love the stranger here at home, to love the stranger who has become the refugee, to love the stranger who we encounter at every moment in our lives, from the cashier when we're checking out our groceries, to the person who may need our help who we don't even know, to the person who may be ill who we visit. A stranger is someone who could be us at another point in our lives, and the stranger recognizes how we were taken out of Egypt and how we became a nation of people who love each other, who create community, who create families, who create our love for ourselves and our love of God. And so as we enter into Shabbat, we recognize all of the names, all of the meanings of the word Kedusha that come from this root. It means to separate, but it also means to connect. It's through separating ourselves from that which does not serve us that we connect to God and our godliness. We say the Kiddush, the sanctification of the wine before every holiday and on Shabbat. We say Kaddish, which sanctifies the separation between life and death and glorifies the life that has been given to us in praise of God or divine energy. And we recognize that this Kedoshim, this Parsha, is what tells us one way of being holy, who is holy, what is holy, where we're to be holy, why we need to be holy, and when we need to be holy. We have been commanded to be holy because we are made in the image of the divine. Be blessed. Shabbat Shalom. Take care.